I didn't even hear their footsteps. Only the dog's growl behind me. That's how my night changed. My name is Alia Carter, and I was just walking home after grabbing a late-night smoothie from the corner shop. White crop top, black shorts, flip-flops, nothing unusual. The streetlights hummed. Summer air felt warm on my skin. I didn't know two officers were watching me from their cruiser, or judging me, or hunting me. I only noticed when a voice sliced the night. "Hey, you stop right there!" I turned. Two white officers, broad shoulders, hands already resting on their belts. One spit out a laugh, a cruel one. "She matches the type we're always watching, huh?" "Yeah," the other replied. "Exactly the type." I blinked. "I'm just walking home." They exchanged grins. The taller one stepped closer. "Where you coming from, sweetheart?" "From the store," I said quietly. He smirked. "Store? Dressed like that? Sure you weren't working the street?" I froze. My heart shook inside me, but my face stayed calm. "I haven't done anything," I said. "I just want to go home." He took one step, then another, close enough for me to smell the mint gum in his mouth. "You want to go home?" he whispered. "Then show some respect." Behind him, the other officer opened the back of the cruiser. And then, the growl, deep, wet, hungry. A canine, muzzled, then suddenly unmuzzled. My breath vanished. "Wait, please, what are you—" "Run!" The tall officer grinned. "Let's see how fast you are." And before I could finish breathing, the dog loo. The dog clamped onto my calf, hot, sharp teeth tearing flesh. I screamed. The officers didn't help. They laughed. Laughed. My vision blurred with tears. I tasted blood on my tongue from biting down a scream. "Call it off!" I cried. The tall one leaned back, smirking like he was watching a show. "You want us to stop it? Then stop resisting." I wasn't resisting. I was trying not to collapse. The dog shook its head violently, teeth still inside me. My skin tore like paper. Finally, after what felt like forever. The shorter officer shouted, "Okay, enough, heel." They dragged the dog back. I collapsed on the ground, clutching my leg. Blood spilled onto the pavement. I could barely breathe. The tall officer crouched in front of me, mocking, cruel, loving his moment of power. "You know," he said, "if you people just followed instructions, none of this would happen. You people." My stomach twisted, not just because of the wound, but because of the way he said it. As if I wasn't a person, just a category, a problem. I lifted my head. "Lear," my voice shaky but steady enough. "I'm filing a complaint." He laughed in my face. "Against who?" "Two decorated officers." "With what evidence?" His partner smirked. "Yeah," he added, "and who exactly are you?" "Some nobody." And right then, right in that broken moment with my leg bleeding, something inside me went still. Cold, strong, certain. They had no idea who I was, and they were about to learn. I pulled my phone from my bag and pressed a button. A special button. And immediately a voice crackled through. "Colonel Carter, status?" Both officers stiffened. "Colonel?" They looked at each other, confused. I kept my voice steady. "This is Colonel Alia Carter, U.S. Military Intelligence Division, ID 427B. I need medical and internal affairs on site immediately. Code red misconduct incident involving two officers and one K9. Silence. The officers looked like their souls had left their bodies. You're military," the shorter one whispered. I pulled my necklace out. The one with my military dog tag. Their faces went white. "And intelligence?" The tall one breathed. I stared him down. "And federal clearance," I added. Before they could speak, 3 black SUVs screeched into the street. Not police. Federal military police. Lights flashing. Doors slamming. Boots pounding pavement. A captain rushed to me, kneeling beside my leg. "Ma'am, Colonel, are you okay?" Behind him, agents grabbed both officers and slammed them onto the hood of their cruiser. The tall one shouted, Wait, this is a misunderstanding." "No," the captain replied coldly. "We saw the footage." "Footage?" I blinked. He pointed to the street corner. "A security camera. Everything recorded, every second. The tall officer trembled. "That dog was following orders," he whispered. "And you gave the order," the captain replied. My voice didn't shake. They thought a black woman walking alone had no power, no voice, no worth. I looked directly at the tall officer, and that arrogance nearly cost me my life. He looked down. And what saved me, I continued, wasn't my badge. It wasn't my rank. It was the truth. Phones recorded. Reporters scribbled. But all I cared about was that the room heard me. All I ever wanted was to walk home safely, something every person deserves. The judge nodded slowly, and the verdict hit the room like a hammer. Both defendants are hereby found guilty. The tall officer swallowed hard. Guilty of assault, guilty of reckless endangerment, guilty of abuse of authority, and guilty of hate-motivated misconduct. The room gasped. The officers were handcuffed. Their careers, their certainty, their power, gone in seconds. And the judge ended with, "Let this be a message. Authority is not a weapon." Months passed. My leg healed. My heart healed slower. But healing came. One afternoon, I walked past the same corner store. This time, people smiled at me. A store owner stepped outside. "Colonel Carter," he said softly. "Thank you for what you did. My daughter watched your trial," she said. "You made her feel safer walking home." I smiled. A real one. Not because I wanted to be a hero, but because someone finally understood. As I walked home, a breeze brushed my skin. Warm, gentle, peaceful. This time, no footsteps behind me. No growls. No threats. Just me. Walking home. The way it always should have been. Because dignity isn't something you earn. It's something you already have. And no uniform, no badge, and no prejudice can take it away. If this story moved you, don't forget, your voice matters. Stories like these remind us that dignity isn't a privilege. It's a right everyone deserves. If you believe in justice, respect, and standing up against hate, please like this video, share it with someone who needs to hear it, and subscribe for more stories where truth always rises above prejudice. Thank you for watching. Stay safe, stay strong, and stay kind.